Hi Pisces, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra, Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, what I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards. Take a look at that. Are we looking at life, love, career, or health, and then clarify with various oracle decks depending on what we are trying to find out. So let's see. I feel like I want that one. Holy goodness. Okay, we got all kinds of stuff flying out here. So the first one is the World in reverse. And the Five of Cups. And the Five of Swords. So something's happened to Pisces. What I feel, and this happened last week with the Cancer reading. I feel like I feel like there is a whole bunch of new people that are just walking into what I call the dark night of the soul. They have had their tower moment. Their world is upside down. They are looking at everything that is wrong instead of everything that is right. And they are in a very dark moment. Dark clouds. Dark. And the world is upside down. It might as well be the tower moment. So I felt this last week. So this may or may not fit with all of the Pisces that I have been talking to for the last few months. This may be a whole new group of people coming in. And Six of Wands is, I mean, you've been fighting, you are been fighting off, or you are still fighting off something. I mean, he's standing up higher than everybody else, but if you look at that, you know, you've been fighting some sort of battle of some sort. So let's continue with this and see what else I can figure out. So your world has been flipped upside down. You're looking at everything that really wanted to come out. I think that one did. You're looking at everything that's going wrong and kind of wondering what happened. I feel like you're wondering what happened because at one point you were feeling like you were starting to get a grip on things, and then all of a sudden it just like you feel like you got backhanded by the universe is this feeling that I'm getting here. It's kind of like things were going so good. What happened? No, I don't want all those. So let's see. One more here. Oh man, you guys, what happened? Seven of Cups. So all your options kind of disappeared. And now you're like, your thoughts. Oh, your thoughts. Man, I mean, like there are like 3 cards on here of dark gray. So again, this is either a brand new group of people that have just walked into their dark night of the soul. All hell broke loose. The rug got pulled out from underneath of you. You have lost your job. You have lost your husband or your wife, or you've crashed your car. You've lost your driver's license. Whatever the case is, something major has just happened in your life, and you are trying to figure out what the hell just happened. So we are going to do the emotions because I want to see if I can figure out if we can pinpoint what happened. Your thoughts are, I would imagine you're losing sleep at night. The regretful in reverse, but what I'm looking at is, let me think about this. You know what? This is the feeling I'm getting. It's like you're not even feeling regretful. You don't even have time to feel regretful. You don't feel regretful because you don't know what happened. And so you can't feel regretful when you literally don't know what happened. So it's like regret only happens, I feel, when you are aware of what happened and how you played a part in it. at this point in time, you're not even regretful about it, is because you're not even aware of what happened. It was like this just came out of left field is the feeling that I'm getting. It's kind of like what the hell just happened? Depressed. I feel like I'm hearing, I don't have time to be depressed, which is good. So maybe this is only a temporary thing. Maybe this is not a new group of people. Maybe this is my old Pisces that I've been talking to, because the depressed if it was a brand new group of people, I think you guys would be a lot more depressed. And this one is like, you know what? I'm not going to be depressed. I'm not going to stay in this for long is kind of the feeling that I'm getting now. It's kind of like, yes, something did hit you out of left field, but you're not staying in this place for long, which is good. What's this one say? Inadequate. So something happened. Okay, so something happened that made you feel inadequate, and it brought up a lot of self-worth issues. So somebody said something. Okay, so if we go back to your husband or your wife left you, or you lost your job, or whatever the case is, it made your self-worth issues come up, and that's what's happened here. Discouraged. Okay, discouraged in the reverse position. It's kind of like, I'm not going to get discouraged. I'm not going to let this keep me down. Good. Okay, this is awesome. Because a lot of people would get in this state and they would stay stuck in these emotions. And I am having a lot of throat chakra issues today. I'm like, this happened on the last reading that I was in. So whatever happened, make sure you speak up and you speak your mind, and don't harbor any negative attachment to what happened. Don't harbor negative emotions to what happened. I feel like you are not, because the emotions that I'm getting is, it's kind of like, I while this may have come out of left field and just kind of went kaboom, it's like, I feel this like, you know what? Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down, and you're not going to let this stick with you for long. Exhausted came sideways. You know, oddly enough, it's kind of like you are a little bit exhausted at the moment, because you're like going, God, I was doing so good. I thought I was over this. But again, I feel like this is not a case of, I'm not going to stay stuck in this for months like I would have in the past. You're like, I'm going to get out of this as fast as possible. And that's a good thing. You're a little surprised that it happened, and you're a little surprised that your thoughts really took over the way they did. But that's only because you hadn't completely unplugged from the old way of thinking into the new way of thinking. The old way of thinking is fear-based, and I'm not good enough, and all of these other things that go along with the old way of thinking. Parental programming, religious programming. You were making the shift over. I think you're surprised because you thought you were better or farther along. You thought you were a little farther along. So perhaps this is just a temporary setback, and you're like, yeah, you know what? That is what I'm feeling right now. It's like your world may have gotten flipped upside down, but you're like, I'm not letting this get me down like I would have in the past. Whew, good. Okay, so what am I doing on time here? I got 8 minutes. I want to use these. These are some newer cards that I have, and sometimes this can give me some insight. Give me some insight on maybe some of the things that Pisces can work on to get out of this a little faster. As fastly as possible, as quickly as possible. Fastly, that's not a word, is it? As quickly as possible. Let's give them some ideas on what they can do to get out of this situation as quickly as possible. So they're not staying in this stuck mode for long. And I want that one. Let's see what comes out here. All right, so Pioneer. light, God, and the light on this is hard for me to read. Passion for doing and creating what has not been done before. Pioneer. I feel like you have this kind of like this mission in life to show that you will not keep me down. Kind of like I'm a pioneer and I'm going to keep trudging through this. This may have knocked me off a course for a little while, but I am not letting this state keep me down for long. Oh my God. Compulsive need to keep moving on. That's funny. Took the words right out of my mouth. Oh my God. So compulsive need to keep moving on, but the feeling of like, I'm not going to let this hold me back. It's okay to take a breather for a second if you get knocked down and regroup properly. Don't just take off before you're unprepared again. Figure out what knocked you off kilter this time and then kind of rewire and reset and then move forward. Don't take off because you're in such a hurry to beat everybody else. Make sure you understand what caused this in the first place and then move forward so it doesn't happen again. You don't want to go through life getting surprised like this all the time. So whatever happened, keep that in mind. You want to keep moving forward, but you want to correct the mistakes that made this happen in the first place, if that makes sense. Poet, light attribute, expresses soul insights in symbolic language, and shadow attribute turns a lyric gift into negative or destructive effect. Am I getting anything from that? All I keep hearing is you were a poet and you didn't a poet and didn't know it. I don't know what that means, to be honest. So this is one that I could put anything on. So this, because this came out, I'm basically going to say, you know deep down inside yourself what adjustments to your course you need to make. So just trust your intuition on that one. I just did a video on meditation, whether it's imagination or whether it's actually a meditation or a sign from your guides or whatever. You might go watch that if you need help trying to figure out how to course adjust. I feel like I'm hearing course adjust. It's kind of like you were going this way and you were veering off course a little bit, and this thing that came out of left field was kind of like the universe is like going, yeah, we gotta adjust things here a little bit. So I think I realized that you are on your way. This was just a little bit of a setback, but artist, light attributes, expressing a dimension of life that is just beyond the five senses, inspiring others to see life symbolically. This kind of goes along with, I feel like you are like going, you are so close to having everything that you want, and it's like you want to beat everybody else there and say, see, I did it. Using a talent as an excuse to mistreat others, posing as the starving artist to elicit pity. Perhaps that has something to do with maybe you use some of your talents negatively, and the universe did not approve of that, and that was what came about, was to go, yeah, nope, that's not how you use your talents to help the betterment of the universe. You were using them wrong, and maybe that's why this kind of came out of left field, because they wanted to smack you upside of the head and let you know your ego. I feel like this is saying that your ego was starting to get the better of you, and they needed to make sure that your ego did not get so big that it became a problem. Oh my God. And then another one. Okay, so basically, you know what course adjustments, you know what happened deep inside, interior interior to you. Ulterior motives is also coming to me. So I feel very strongly that there was some ego at play here, and your ego was, you were starting to think you were better than everybody else, maybe because you were doing so much better than everybody else, and it was starting to show. And the universe was like going, yeah, you're not doing that much better than everybody else, and this is how we're going to show it to you. Poof! And out of left field, whatever happened came about. I want angel therapy cards. So let's get some last words of advice from the universe. What else do you want to say to Pisces here about this little situation that cropped up? Oh, God. That one flew way under the table. Charity, prayer, and contemplation. Connect with heaven, ask, and you shall receive. I'll show you this. Next card is Freya, phases and cycles. There is a beginning within every ending. Illusions are revealed and released. I feel like this is what this was all about. Fear is an illusion, and they brought up something to see. Do Pisces have their fear issues conquered or not? And this was what with kind of what this purpose of this thing was like going, let's just see if they've got all of this figured out. And so they kind of hit you out of left field, and you got proven that you don't have it all figured out. And I think it was kind of to humble you and kind of go, yeah, you're not quite as good off as you think you are. So, Bridget, inner strength, move back to wholeness, recognize that you have the power. So I just feel like that's like, take a step back, regroup, get back on track again, and you will be able to move forward freely like you were. You were cruising. I feel like you were like really cruising down the road pretty good there for a while, and you had a flat tire, basically. A big flat tire. Maybe you had 2 flat tires. Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. I feel like that whole bottom thing is trust your inner voice. You know what happened that derailed you. You know what happened that made you have the flat tire. Look at it, examine it, see what happened, course adjust, and move forward. I think that is all for now. I will see you guys in June. We will see if you are back on course again and if you are trucking down the road like you were before. Thanks. Bye.